All right, Gio, can you read us the objective, please? I can what? Transform. Everybody on three, 1, 2, 3. So, for those of you that were here on Saturday Academy, we started with this lesson, but I needed to get through the last transformation. So, today, for those of you that weren't here, I'm going to go through this step by step. So, everybody go like this, go like that. So, you can bear with me. No? All right, never mind. That's unbearable. Man, I didn't like that. All right, here we go. Yeah, I know, be nice. All right, so here goes some definition. You don't need a Freire model. Just pay attention, please, and you don't need to copy this part. Here goes. So what are transformations? Transformations are when we change the position or orientation of a figure. When we change the position or orientation of a figure. For example, check this out. Let's say I say, Jasmine. Jasmine, can you stand up? She's like, okay, and she stands up. And I say, okay, Jasmine, I want you to take 5 steps forward and 3 steps to the left. All right. So she's going to end up somewhere over here. But did she become like Britney Spears? No, she's still Jasmine. The only thing that changed is that she changed the position in being from over there to being over here. That's a transformation. Now, in regards to orientation, let's say I said, Adam, can you stand up, please? And then I'm going to say, Adam, can you turn 180 degrees on your spot? So what is he going to do? He's going to turn around. Does he become Justin Bieber? No, he's still Adam. The only thing, he changed his orientation from being facing forward to facing back. Does that make sense? So that is a transformation. The figure never changes to a different size or a different figure. Tell your neighbor what I just said. The figure never changes to a different size or a different figure. All right. So, with that said, when I ask you to copy something, an original figure, that figure, the original figure is known as a pre-image. It's called a pre-image. The original figure is known as a pre-image. When I ask you to do a certain transformation to it, the end figure, the last figure that you draw after the transformation, is known as the image. So, the original is known as the pre-image. After the transformation is known as the image. Everybody following so far? Okay. So, there's 3 transformations that we're going to cover today. The first one is a translation. Look up, please. Translation. Basically, what we're going to do, we're going to slide an image in a certain direction. So look at this one. This is my pre-image, the red one. And I'm going to slide it this way, and this is the image that I get at the end. Is it the same image? Yes. Did it change in shape? No. Did it change in figure? No, it's the same figure. It's the same triangle. The only thing, we slid that a little bit further up. Now, some of you might not have a perception, and you might think that it's a little bit different, but it's not. It's the same one. The only thing, different color. Rotation. Rotation, here's the pre-image, and they're going to ask you to focus on a certain point. They might ask you to focus on a certain vertice. The vertices are which ones, everyone? The corners of the figure. Or they might ask you to look at a certain point and use that point as your center of rotation. So look up. So let's say they ask you to use this point as your center of your rotation. So you're going to rotate going in that direction, and it goes and it stops right there. Does that make sense? That's what a rotation is. And the third one is a reflection. A reflection, like I explained it on Saturday, is when you guys wake up, hopefully the first thing you do is go brush your teeth, hopefully. And then you're in front of the mirror, and as you're brushing your teeth, you're looking at yourself. Some of you start messing with your hair. You haven't even taken a shower. You're already messing with your hair. You're brushing your teeth. Well, guess what? The distance that you are from the mirror, the image inside of the mirror is the same distance away from the mirror. So watch. Look at this pre-image. The pre-image, the distance from this vertice to here is the same thing as this image to here. Does everybody see that? Same thing with the other two vertices. The same distance away from the mirror, the same distance from here to here. Now, this, they're taking consideration the y-axis, but sometimes they might ask you to take the x-axis as a mirror and do the reflection. Does everybody understand? All right, copy these, please, really quick. Translation, rotation, and reflection. Copy those, please. Okay, so without looking at your notes, it says, how many types of transformation are we defining, and what are these? Explain it to your neighbor. How many, and what are they? All right. Jillian, go. Which ones? Thank you. Translation, rotation, and reflection. Everybody got it? All right. So with that said, look up to the screen or to your iPad. Tell your neighbor what transformation is A and what transformation is B. So I heard a lot of reflection and translation, yes? Yes. All right, so for this next one, look up. Look at this one. I'm going to go ahead and send you a screen. Don't say it out loud, and I want you to write your answer on the screen. All right, so let's move on. So look up to the screen. Writing utensils down. So I'm going to do example number 2. Look up, please. And this is what I want you to do on your paper. Exactly what I do on mine, you're going to do on your paper. So look up, please. Imagine that this right here, look up on the screen, this part right here is my paper. So when I give you the next problem, you're going to do this. You're going to, okay, example 2. So don't copy what I do, just pay attention. So I'm going to write example 2. And the first thing I'm going to do is look at the pre-image that they give me, and I'm going to write the coordinates on my paper. Coordinate of A is 1, 3. Coordinate of B is 4, 4. Coordinate of C is 4, 1. And coordinate of D is 1, negative 1. 1, negative 1. So I did this on paper. Next, look up, please. Now, according to the transformation that they want me to do, you guys ready? Mm-hmm. Vivier and Francesca, you guys ready? Yeah. All right, here we go. It says, according to the transformation they want me to do is to move 4 units to the left. Well, when we covered real numbers, what is that when we go to the left? Negative. So, and this is the x-axis. So if I was to get a transformation instructions, so I would write what? Negative 4. When it goes up and down, what variable is that? Y. But it's saying 2 steps down, which means what? Negative 2. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use for my transformation. So this is the only thing I have on my paper right now, right? So watch. So that you can see first the image that I come up with, I'm going to use this transformation so you can see it. So watch. So from here I go 4 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 down. This new point is A prime. A prime. And notice how I differentiate that with a little apostrophe. I'm going to do that same thing for B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's B prime. C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's C prime. And D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's D prime. I connect these vertices. And what I just did, I translate it going in that direction. Do you guys see it? Okay? But here's the math part. On my paper, I'm going to write the coordinates of my primes. A prime is negative 3, 1, negative 3, 1. B prime is 0, 2. C prime is 0, negative 1, and D prime is negative 3, negative 3. Now, I started with my transformation instructions that were what? Negative 4, negative 2. So pay attention. For point A, I started with 1, 3. The instructions were these, and I ended up with A prime. Look at the numbers. Now look at B. I started with 4, 4. This is what I used for my instructions, and this is what I ended up with. Talk it over with your neighbor and let them know what's going on with the numbers. Yeah. Everybody see that? Yes? Okay. Felipe, what's going on? Oh my goodness. Help him out, Gloria. What do you subtract? The original coordinate using the values that we got from the instructions. So 1 minus 4 is negative 3, and 3 minus 2 is 1, and that's how you use the math for that. So what I want you to do, according to the instructions that they give you, I want you to give me first the coordinates for the A, B, and C. Using math only, I want you to come up with A prime, B prime, C prime, and D prime for this next image on your paper. Here we go. There's your pre-image on your paper. I want you to write example number 2. Write the coordinates for A, B, C, and D. And according to the instructions, I want you to come up with the coordinates for A prime, B prime, C prime, and D prime. Ready? Go. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and forward that screen so you can lock your toolbar. Once you have all your coordinates, all you have to do is plot the points of the image that you came up with after the transformation. Okay, here it goes. That moves us on to this next one. The next one is a reflection. Before I move on to reflection, what did we learn from translation? That whenever we go to the left, it's on the x-axis, it's a negative number. Is that correct? Whenever we go down, it's on the y-axis, and it's a negative number. Therefore, with the same idea, whenever we go to the right, it's a positive number on the x, and whenever we go up, it's a positive number on the y. Everybody understand? All right, so look at this one. Look up. Writing utensils down. So this is a reflection, and they want us to focus on the x-axis. So watch. The key word here is reflection. What does that mean? That I'm going to need a mirror, and my mirror would be my x-axis. There it is. So if that's my mirror, what's being reflected off the mirror? Point A. Look at that one. How many steps is point A away from the mirror? 1. So that means that's my pre-image. Therefore, my image over here is 1 step away from the mirror, which is right here. That's A prime. Look at C. How many steps is C away from the mirror? 2. So look at this one. It should be 2 steps away from the mirror this way, and that's C prime. How about D? How many steps is it away? 0. So it stays the same, and I'm going to label that D prime. And my new image should look something like that, reflected about the x-axis. But let's look at numbers. Look up, please. Coordinate for this one is negative 3, 1. Coordinate for this one is 2, 2. And what axis are we focusing on right now as our reflection? Off the x-axis. So watch. Look at the new image, the coordinates. Negative 3, negative 1, 2, negative 2. Do you see it? Talk it over with your neighbor, see what you see, and see if they see it. Okay, can you elaborate for us, Matthew?
Since it's reflecting off the x,
Since it's reflecting off the x,
the y value changes from a positive
the y value changes from, but what if it was over here? How can we generalize it? To its opposite. Does everybody see that? It changed to its opposite. The y value changed to its opposite. Since we focus on the x-axis, that's why the x value remained the same. Everybody see that? All right. So, now that I did one, you do one. Look at this one. I'm going to lock the screen, and then you do that one by yourself. Here we go. Let's see. That one, I'm going to send you the screen so you can lock it and reflect it off the y-axis. Our last transformation is a rotation, so check this out. Write your utensils down, look up. So on this one, the rotation they're asking us to do is rotate 180 degrees. So first of all, think about what 180 degrees looks like. So if I had this flat like this, 180 degrees would look something like this. Is that correct? Or it would look something like this. So what do you notice? That we end up with the same angle. Does that make sense? So with that said, but they're asking us to use what? Vertex A as our rotation center. So watch. I'm going to put a point here, and I'm going to use this as my rotation. So you're saying, okay, how am I going to do that, Mr. Q? So watch. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use the base of this triangle. Look at this one. That's what I'm going to use to guide my rotation. Now I'm going to draw it so you guys can see it every step of the way. So look up. I'm going to rotate in this direction, 180 degrees. So watch. I moved it to here. Does everybody see that? I moved it to here. Does everybody see that? I moved it to here. Does everybody see that? I moved it to here. Does everybody see that? And I'm going to end up right here. Does everybody see that? So that means C is going to be somewhere here. So let's see. How many steps is C away from A? 1, 2, 3, 4, which means 1, 2, 3, 4. C prime is right there. Does everybody see that? Okay. If that's C prime, and this is the base of the triangle, that means B is going to end up somewhere over here. Is that correct? So let's see. B is, let's see, 1, 2, 2 steps away from C, 2 steps away from A, and then 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. This is B prime, and this is my image rotated 180 degrees. Yes? For 180, it doesn't matter because we end up in the same spot. But then, like, if it was 90, then it would differ. Yeah. Everybody see that? All right, let's see how you do with one. Here we go. Yes. So you're going to rotate this one. Now, before you do, look up, please. Let me give you a starting point. It says here rotate about the A vertex. So you're going to use this one. But you're saying, Mr. Q, but I don't have a base. Then use this piece right here. Does everybody see this piece? And you can use that one to rotate 180 degrees. All right? So with that said, I'm going to lock this. I'm going to forward the screen. And see if you can. Yeah. Good one, guys. There is tutoring today. Home play. Home play is on page, oh no, not page, it's the play sheet right there. Grab one from right there. Play sheet. Thank you. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy your home play. See you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye.